Happy Wednesday. Hey, Mom. My mom, Joni, says hi. Janet is at the tail end of her 42-hour fast, and she's trying to jumpstart stalled weight loss. So, yay, good for you. Let's see. Joanne asks, is being in ketosis important to you? Yeah, I would say so. I don't track it anymore, but I did have quite a while where I was testing my blood, and I regularly got into it 16 to 20 hours. Always by 20 hours, I was in ketosis. I can still kind of taste the difference in my mouth. And it's important to me just because I know that I'm getting into fat burning. And like most of my fasts, I think I average between 21 and 22 hours of a fast daily. Then I know that I'm getting into fat burning, which helps me to maintain weight loss. But it's not something that I like check or keep track of numbers. It was a curiosity thing to test and to learn about it, but it's not something I track. It's important to me with OMAD, yes, but it's not like a measurable importance, if that makes sense. Patty says, hi, happy live day. Happy live day, Patty. Let's see. Wild Seed, good evening from Europe. Good evening. It is early afternoon here, so it's always fascinating to think someone in another time zone. Let's see. OMAD for life. Woo! I agree. I think I will be that way as well. Tammy is excited for the live. Thank you, Tammy. Glad you're here. Hi, Darlene. Hi, Maria. Hola, Luis. Random Stuff with Vicky says, hi, first time live. I managed to catch the start of a live. Yay. Yay, I'm glad you're here. Welcome. Crazy Crochet Corner says, hey, Jackie. Hey. What are you making in your crazy corner? I am curious. Deborah from Saginaw says, hello. Hi, Deborah. I've been to Saginaw a time or two for work. I remember nothing about it other than snowstorms. But hello from Kalamazoo. Grace in Hawaii says, hello, hope you're doing well. Love your heart for others. Oh, thank you so much. And hello in Hawaii. I cannot wait to go to Hawaii someday. I'm dreaming of visiting your beautiful state. Janet says, hi from Maine. Hi, Janet. Hi, Mary. Hello, Nicole from Southwest Michigan. If you're comfortable, you've probably told me in the past, but I am sorry. Where in Southwest Michigan? Adventure is out there. Hey, what's up, Magic Kingdom Brainstormer friend? Okay, this is a crazy story, and I have to say it really quick. I can't remember your first name. I'm sorry, but I was in line at Disney, and the two people ahead of me, like sitting on a roller coaster, were both YouTubers, and I kept hearing them talk, and I knew I was going to embarrass my husband, but I was like, are you guys YouTubers? And they said yes, and the one guy, I don't remember the name of his channel either, but he had like, I don't know, 700 some thousand subs. I only had maybe 40 some at the time. And then Adventures out there, I follow their channel now, but they do all sorts of like Tennessee. I can't remember where it's at. I just went there on vacation last year. But Smoky Mountain area, touristy stuff, Disney, and we were both there during Hurricane Ian. So great to catch you live. Thanks for saying hi, but you guys should check out his channel if you are into touristy and Tennessee, Florida area stuff. Very fun family channel. But it was very interesting that like 3 people in a row all had YouTube channels because they were filming. I wasn't filming at that moment, but it was just really kind of interesting and coincidental timing. Elena says, hi from Italy. Hi, Elena. Another place I would love to visit someday. Holly Toll says, happy snowy day. Wow, where do you live? Thankfully, we do not have snow. We have sunshine and it's gorgeous out. Even though when I went for a walk with one of my girlfriends this morning, it was so cold, but it's sunny, so I'll take it. LJ, finally making it to a live. What do you do when you have a spur of the moment breakfast date? So if it was really important to me, I would just have a short fast. I did go back and count just because curiosity and people ask me questions like this. In the past almost 3 years, there are 25 times, and that includes holidays, vacations, that I fasted less than 18 hours. That means I don't do it very often. But if it was really important to me to do a breakfast, I would break my fast early and do it. It's much more likely. I've done that more with lunch. I would, if I had a chance, plan to have a down day and then an up day with the breakfast. But again, if there's something super important to me, I will break a fast early You can see it doesn't happen all the time because I've only done it 25 times. But like my husband on Christmas made, and it wasn't spur of the moment, but he made lemon blueberry crumb cake on Christmas. And I broke my fast earlier. I planned to eat longer on Christmas, and I did. And I just got back to my normal schedule the next day. And it was worth it, delicious. And I still can almost taste the lemon blueberry crumb cake in my mouth if I think about it. If I can plan for it, of course, that is my preference, but you have to live your life. And if things are important that pop up, live it and then move on with a normal schedule. And that kind of flexibility is going to allow you to stay for the long haul. Let's see here. Pamela says, hi from Memphis, Tennessee. Hi, Pamela. Kayla says, what you said in the past video about setting a fast time and not worrying about the window has been a game changer for me. So thank you. Yay. Honestly, I know there's so many different ways to approach it. And some people like to think of just the window and not the fast. I think people really need to find what works for you. If OMAD's not for you, do something else. If you don't like to do it that way, find something else. But I'm glad that that tip helped you. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. I see. I'm skipping one ahead, but Jacob, the carpetbagger. Yes, he was the other one, and they're in the Smokies. Thank you. But yes, check out his channel. Stephanie Joe says, hi from Oregon. Thanks for all you do. Love catching your lives. Thank you, Stephanie. I love the encouragement. That's so kind of you. Let's see. Sandra says, hi from Austin, Texas. Hi. I'm having a little trouble, and it's not constipation. It's the other suggestions. This is no fun because I don't really have actual advice for you, but for me personally, I just had to wait it out. I literally had diarrhea when I started fasting, and it was whenever I broke my window, it didn't matter what I was breaking my window with. And it was just something that ran its course, which is funny to say when you're talking about diarrhea running its course. But I don't know if you're in the beginning of your journey, and I honestly wish I had like records and better memory of how long it lasted. But I haven't met a single person that didn't experience that in some variety when they started fasting. So it's just something like, don't break your fast unless you're by the bathroom. But my body did stop doing that. It wasn't months. If it is months, I really don't know what to tell you. Maybe more fiber in your diet. But again, that's really not something I had to deal with. So I don't really know. Laura says, hi from Burlington, Ontario. Hi. Darlene asks, I can't wait to listen to your podcast. Do you know when they'll be available? It's April. I have recorded 12. I have to edit them. I really, really enjoyed it. I'm kind of embarrassed to say it because you want to put your best foot forward in everything. But I know like it's a learning curve. So my first ones are going to not be the best. And I know that even from audio and my interview skills and just keeping the conversation going, I need to get in there and edit. I don't know if it's going to be like horrible or decent. I really love talking with people though. It's been a lot of fun. And so I'm excited. It's going to be out in April. I just have to decide. I have to finish editing or start and finish editing, but I've recorded 12 of them. I have like a lot of things set into place. It's just like putting the last few pieces together, but in April, it's going to be released. That was my goal, was to like finalize it this first quarter of the year. I'm approved on all apps, I think. So it's so close. I'm very excited. And if you love food and you love to talk and you love fasting, I would love to interview you. It's literally just like talking to a friend. I was going to say a girlfriend, but I've had a couple guys that I've interviewed as well. And I've really enjoyed all the conversations. So I'm excited to share it with you guys. And I hope you guys all like it. It's just going to be like fasting foodie friend talk. Let's see here. I messed up my comments. I do that all the time. Jessica says, hi, my fasting foodie friend. Jersey here. Congrats on your growth. Thank you. And Jess is the one that gave me the idea for the 36-hour fasting video that just went out this weekend. So thank you to her. I hope you guys have been enjoying that. Holly says, I'm near Carson City, Nevada. I've never been to Nevada. Another place I need to go. Karen says, I'm in day 3 of OMAD, well, a 2-hour window. I want to incorporate 1 down day and 1 up day per week. How do you recommend getting used to OMAD, or what do you recommend getting used to OMAD for a few weeks before adding in those days? Yes. If you're still adjusting to OMAD, I just would like stair-step approach it. Get used to OMAD and then add in other things. Same goes for like exercise or eliminating things from your diet if you choose to do that. I personally get overwhelmed. So that's why my approach is kind of more slow and steady. So once you get used to OMAD, then you can kind of see how you want to change or add variety to that. If you're if you feel confident in your OMAD abilities, then I wouldn't think it's a problem. But if you're still feeling like you're getting used to it, I would definitely do it that way. Let's see. Crazy Crochet Corner. I have a question. I have a hard time drinking water or drinking my water goal as I start fasting because I feel sick if I drink a lot on an empty stomach. Do you have any tips? Well, I'm not the best because I do drink water, but I don't track it. So I really don't know how much I drink. And a lot of my consumption is more like iced coffee, iced tea, ice water, or ice, or not ice, hot coffee. And then I do drink probably about half a liter of sparkling water a day. But I really enjoy that. So it's so much easier for me to drink sparkling water. And then I actually really like ice water when it's warm out. When it's winter, I am not as good about drinking water. So I don't have tips because I'm not the best. I don't track it. But I do feel like I get times where I feel thirsty and then I just get water, but I don't like obsess about it. I think one of the best ways for me though, if I am like actively trying to drink more water, is every morning making an iced water mug, having it where it's always there and easy to sip on instead of having to like go get a glass or worry if the cat stuck their paw in it, if your cats are annoying like mine. Having a lid with ice where it's always cold, really easy to keep it full of water and like refreshing. I'm much more likely to drink it when I have those around, and I always have those in the summer. That would be my tip. But I also don't track. So I don't know that I'm getting enough, but I don't feel dehydrated and I feel like I drink plenty. I don't know. I will say that when I did 75 hard last year and I had to drink a gallon, I certainly don't drink a gallon every day because that was way too much for me. Let's see. Matt from Minneapolis, hello, says, just got back into OMAD, eating dinner, walking 10,000 steps combined. Really finding the walking is helping curb my appetite until dinner time. That's awesome. I love to go on walks in my fasting window. I think it not only like the exercise is great for your mentality, it's a distraction. And I do think it kind of pushes you like past the hunger waves. So I think that's a great tip. Anyone looking to get past the hunger bump? Take a walk. You heard it from Matt. Your inner artist with Julie says, hi, Jackie. Hi, Julie. Hi from Cloudy, California, formerly from Kazoo. I love speaking with former Kazooians or even current ones. I know there's a few on here from Kalamazoo because they have messaged, but I've never run into anyone yet. Gustavo says, hi, having Canada dry club soda with lemon of 1 juice will break my fast. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and your experience. It's really helpful. Personally, I would consider that breaking my fast because it's not clean fasting. I have done lots of tests on like my ketosis level, never dropped from having anything like that. My glucose my continuous glucose monitor would actually dip a little bit, which showed the insulin was probably released anytime I had like flavored waters, flavored coffees, diet sodas. But I always felt like I was hungrier earlier when I added anything like that. So even if you are able to stay in ketosis and even if you're able to keep fasting, I think it makes it harder. Every single time that I've tried it, I really do think that clean fasting makes it easier. So I would avoid it. That's not to say you can't be successful. It's just not what I find to be the easiest way to find success. But I've never been a lemon and water drinker either. So it's easy for me to not want to do it. Hello, Blanca. All right, is that an I or an L? Sorry, old lady eyes. Blanca says, hi from Casa Grande, Arizona. Hello. Leah says, hi from Hamilton, Ontario. Hello, Leah. Hi, Juanita. Delivery, sorry. Hi from Puerto Rico. Francisco is in Nevada as well. Hello. Loretta from South Carolina. Hello. So many hellos. Okay, we have a question from Nicole. Have you ever had or heard of getting almost a cramp in the roof of your mouth when breaking a fast? Doesn't last long, but makes eating difficult. Not always, but usually worse the longer the fast. That's really interesting. I have never heard that. I would be really interested if other people in the comments have, but I never have heard of that. And I'm sorry you experienced that. Let's see. Let's see here. Random stuff with Vicky. I watched you for ages, but recently came across the first video where you talked about fasting. I'm so happy for you to see where this has led you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've done lots of different things on YouTube. Never thought it would be about fasting, but I love it. Carol says, hi, were you insulin resistant before OMAD? And if you are still, or did OMAD correct it? I never, literally before fasting, I never even heard of insulin resistance or paid attention to it. I do believe that I had signs as I've read about insulin resistance insulin resistance, but I never knew what it was. So I don't know for sure because things like extremely dark underarms have cleared up since I've been OMAD. So I never had it tested. I don't know for sure, but I can't even remember. I have one skin tag that I still have that's never gone away. I'm trying to think of what the signs of insulin resistance are, but I remember looking them up because someone commented on one of my videos like, seems like you might have been insulin resistant. So I started looking into it and I think I might have been, but I never even heard of it until after I lost all my weight with OMAD. So I could have been. I mean, I read about it as I was fasting, but I never considered it for myself. I don't know if that makes sense. So I have no idea if I was, but I don't think I am now. Actually, in fact, I know I'm not. My glucose scores are very good, and I'd be very hard pressed to believe that I am now. Jen Banks says, hi, Jackie. Thanks. Or such a motivation for me. Thank you. Thanks. I watch you while walking my treadmill for motivation, down 50 pounds on intermittent fasting. Woohoo! That's amazing. I love to watch certain things while I work out too, but I hope I don't bore you and you fall asleep on your treadmill. Let's see. QS says, I give in so easily. I've been trying on and off since January and cannot for the life of me stay consistent. My first thought with that is, are you trying to do too much too soon? Like, don't make yourself think, okay, Jackie does OMAD, I better do OMAD, or Jackie does a down day and an up day, I should do that, or whatever you're seeing that you feel like maybe you want to emulate. Don't be afraid to start really small or what you might consider really small, because little changes add up over time. So if you need to start with a 12-hour eating window or a 10-hour eating window, don't be afraid to just commit to that and then let that be successful and build your confidence and then go up from there. And I think that maybe doing too much at once or having your goal be super big is maybe a hindrance to a lot of people. And obviously, I don't know if that's your situation, but if you have any more like specifics, I'd be happy to chat with you. Even Instagram is like an easier way to get a hold of me, but I'm rooting for you. I know I've seen you in the comments many, many times, but you can do it. And if you need a day where it's different, even if you're like pretty easy at 16 hours every single day, and then one day just doesn't work, like, don't let that mean you didn't like succeed. That means that you just had a longer eating window and a shorter fast. It's not an all or nothing situation. But I'm cheering for you, Q. Angela says, hello from Southern Indiana. Hello. Clean fasting here. Started over because of flavored tea, doing 18.6. Okay, good for you. So I'm wondering, when you say started over, does that mean you gave up flavored tea? Flavored tea is never something I've drank, but that would make it harder for me personally. I had to give up flavored black coffee. I drank black coffee, but it was always like creme brulee, blueberry muffin was my favorite. But I do think it makes a difference. That crazy crochet corner says, thanks, Jackie. Let's see. Jessica says, unflavored element would help you about once a day. It'll help you stay hydrated. I do think that taking element helps me to feel hydrated. I do agree with that. Let's see. When Holly asks, when you do an up day after a down day, do you do a shorter fast? No, it's always still at least 18 hours. Actually, today is an up day. I did a down day yesterday. Today is my up day. I broke my fast. That was 22 and a half hours. So I still do have my minimum 18 as a goal. And the way I usually structure like my down day is I'm eating lunch. So 18 hours really comes pretty early in the morning. That way, if I want breakfast, I can. But I ate lunch today, not long ago, and I'm in my up day. And actually this week, I'm recording every single thing that I'm doing, and it won't be ready for this weekend because I'll still be recording this weekend, but next weekend's video is going to be 7 days of what I ate in a day, just an entire week of everything that I ate. It's a lot of recording, and it's also a lot of food, but you guys like to see those. So that's coming out in 2 weeks. Let's see. Laura says, my CGM dips and spikes throughout the day when fasting, so it's hard to know what's going on. I found sometimes that happen to me, and this is my own, like literally my own personal interpretation, is I think I can see why I was such an emotional eater when I wasn't fasting, is I can tell when I had stressful moments of the day, and it almost became a point where like it'd be a game. If something really upset me emotionally, I would go look at my continuous glucose monitor and I'd be like, yep, there it is. And I could see exactly what happened. And I think that's why I like naturally would turn to food, is if I have this giant glucose spike and then a fall, I would like crash. And my behaviors have changed from fasting, thankfully, but I still see that my body does, like, insulin is very sensitive to my emotions, which when you're an emotional person, that's hard. So that is, I honestly, like, I remember I accidentally erased a bunch of footage on an SD card. I had this giant spike. I was fasting. I didn't eat anything. I didn't accidentally eat anything. And I was like, what in the world was going on? That was my first clue that my emotions are very sensitive. So I don't know if maybe you start like testing. If something upsets you, go look at your continuous glucose monitor. You might see the same thing. Nicole and Angela say that happens to me. I wonder if you guys are talking about the roof thing. I'm very, very interested in that. Let's see. Mary says, I'm doing OMAD for the duration of Lent. I was already used to occasionally doing OMAD. But I'm amazed at how easy it is to do daily. I think that's a really cool way to do Lent. And I do think it's kind of crazy to adjust and see that it's really not that crazy. I remember when I started fasting, a friend of mine's like, you like fasting so much, you'll probably do OMAD soon. And I was like, no, never. And then probably a week later I was, but it is kind of crazy to adjust. Let's see. Leah says, do you or know of anyone take any additional supplements, vitamins during longer fasts? I take vitamin D drops, a necessity in the gray winter months, and magnesium to help with sleep before bed. I don't, because I'm horrible at vitamins. I actually would love to step up my vitamin game, but I don't. I would love to have other people chime in. QS said that might be the situation. I've been doing alternate day fasting where I don't eat all day and then the next day I eat just one meal. So maybe I'll do OMAD the first few weeks. Thank you. Okay. So if you're doing alternate day fasting, I would definitely, on the day you do eat more than one meal. But you need to make sure you're properly refueling yourself. Let's see here, but I'm cheering for you and I would love to hear more. Let's see. Polly, hi from the Rocky Mountains in Colorado. Hi. Let's see here. Angela, yes, I gave up flavored tea. Absolutely. It does make a big difference. I have never heard anyone that went from not clean fasting to go to clean fasting and not say that it's easier, like when they actually make the switch. But if there are people out there, I actually would really like to hear that. And I don't want to hear that like I want that to be the case. I just would really like to have that discussion from a curiosity standpoint. Nan says, sorry, I'm late. I was sewing the dog a bow tie for St. Patrick's Day. Close to 19 hours today. Yay for the 19 hours. And I love that you sew your dog St. Patrick's Day bow ties. I want to see that. It sounds amazing. I think you're on Instagram. If you are, please send me a picture because I want to see it. And let me know if I can share it with others because how cute. I'm imagining like you have a little Scottish terrier or something with a bow tie. Mom, if you're still there, you should sew your dog Blue a bow tie for St. Patrick's Day. That'd be cute. Let's see. Lisa says, hi from Tucson. Boo, I have to go to work. Sorry, you have to go to work. Watch me on your break. Have a good day at work, though, Lisa. Abdullah says, hi from Germany. It's my 5th day on OMAD. I don't count calories. I just eat normal. Today was the hardest, and I felt quite weak. No, everything just feels harder. Is it going to get better? Thanks a lot. Day 5, I know still kind of sucked for me. I had really hard spouts of as soon as I ate, feeling pretty lethargic, full really quickly, diarrhea. And yes, from my personal experience, it definitely got better. So I'm cheering for you. Obviously, if you feel like you're in danger or you need to do something different, don't just push through in that case. But in my experience, once you do adjust, it gets much better. Polly says, like you, 18 hours is my minimum fast. I tend to do 20 to 23 more often than not. I'm about 3 to 5 pounds from my final goal weight after releasing 58.6 pounds. Yay, Polly. That is amazing. I'm really, really excited for you. That is quite an amount to lose, and you're so close. Oh, I'm excited for you. Woohoo. And yes, I think people sometimes think that when I say 18 hours is my minimum and I do OMAD, that I like have a 6-hour OMAD. No, my normal is definitely like yours, 20 to 23 hours, very regular. But it doesn't have to be that way every day, and you can still find success. That is awesome, Polly. Jody says, I step on the scale regularly. I notice that after fasting, some days the weight drops and some days it goes up even when eating healthy. Is it normal for it to fluctuate before the pounds drop? Yes. So one thing that like Jen Stevens, if you've read her book, Fast, Feast, Repeat, going back to that, that's what I first started when I started fasting, was doing the weekly averages. Weight fluctuations are so normal and not a science brain here. So I can't like tell you exactly why, but she suggests that if you track your weight every day and then you find your weekly average every Wednesday, find what your average was from the week, and then you compare your averages, you're going to get a much better picture than going day by day. And, water retention, did you have something high sodium that helped you retain water, or then you flush it out one day? Changes happen, and I don't weigh myself anymore regularly because I don't want to see the fluctuations. I'm not actively losing weight. I'm not trying to lose more weight. So I don't really care if it says I'm 147 yesterday and then 151 the next day. It's not of importance to me, but if you do want to weigh, definitely the suggestion that I followed and it worked for me was to find averages and then compare your average week to week. And in one of my videos, honestly, I wouldn't even remember which one, in the description, I had like a secret link to a weight tracker that I made, but that was like 2 years ago. If I can find it, I will maybe pin it at the pinned comment, but I'm really horrible at remembering to do that. So sorry. Let's see. Cheering for Polly. Yay. Mary asked, do I wear a CGM regularly? I do not have one on now, but I had like 6 of them pretty consecutively that I wore from Nutrisense. And I really, really did love them. Since I did it to work with the company, obviously, but I said yes to working with them because I really wanted to see, are there foods that I'm sensitive to? And I wanted to do testing of like the diet sodas and that kind of stuff. I was very curious about different things, and I got to kind of satisfy my answers for my own personal body. So I'm not wearing it long-term forever. But I did, let's see, if I wore 6 of them, it's like 12 weeks since fall that I wore one. Let's see. Jody says, I end up discouraging myself and end up giving up and then starting all over again. Yeah, don't let a day-by-day fluctuation give you up, because there are so many things that can change day to day. And if you're expecting every single day to be a weight loss day, you are just setting yourself up for failure, because it literally will not be that way. And I know weighing can really be a deterrent for some people. So maybe see if you can give up the scale for a while and then just go by pants. Like find a pair of pants that are really tight and let that be your guide. Or, a dress or something that you want to fit into. Let that be your guide rather than the number. And I know it's easy to say now that I did lose weight, but I'm at a point where I don't really care what my number is because I feel better. I feel confident. And I got to a point where I feel my best. So then I don't have to really care what the number is, because that only has the potential to make me feel worse, not really better, because I feel good. So does the number really get to dictate anything else? Let's see. Maggie says, I'm on day 1 after an 18.5-hour fast, easing into it, watching all your videos and reading. My goal is to drink black coffee versus creamed. Had my first after fast meal. Thanks for all your help so far. Yay! Go, Maggie. I'm excited for you. I think that your goal of drinking black coffee will really get you far and help. I know some people have a hard time adjusting to that, but I'm cheering for you. Yay. And yay for 18 hours, 18 and a half to start. That's pretty significant. Deb says, do you know that you not eat too much calories when you don't track? Or how do you know? I don't know. And the thing about it is maybe I do overeat, maybe I don't, but I lost the weight. I have kept the weight off and I feel good. And there are days that I eat more. And then there are days that I simply eat less. There are days that like fresh salad sounds delicious. And then there are days that fried pickles sound good. And because I allow myself to like eat what sounds good and I allow myself to enjoy food, it makes room for everything and nothing's off limits. So I don't ever go like absolutely nuts like I used to when I was dieting. So I don't track, but the mental freedom gives me so much more benefit than knowing that I'm not overeating calorie wise. And I don't know if that makes sense, but it's just too much for me to try tracking. And I don't want to ruin the freedom that I have in fasting and tracking. So could I potentially be eating too many calories? Maybe, but I'm not. Let's see here. Tony says, joining late from their nail salon. Hey, I want to see what your nails look like. That's like one of my goals. I always say, if I ever made so much money, and I know like everyone can prioritize it. So I'm not saying like anything about money, just for me personally. I would love to get my nails done. I love pretty nails. And it just sounds relaxing. But anyways, should we do Element on non-fasting days or just on fasting days? Well, I fast every day, so I don't know. But I drink Element, I'd say 8 out of 10 days that I am doing OMAD. And then anytime that I have a full fast day, I always do Element. I like it. I think it's really good and it's become kind of routine to me. I think it's really good in sparkling water or lemonade or even Sprite or Sprite and lemonade, but I don't do that one all the time. But I think I like having it as part of my routine and I think it tastes really good and I feel like I feel good on it. But the one that I definitely make sure I get is on my full fast days. Hope your nails turn out beautiful. Let's see here. Sherry asked, would you consider counting calories? I'm guessing there was like just to know. No, I would not, because it would be a joy kill for me. And I just don't want to go back to like diet feelings. That's my personal reason. Matt says, any strategies for not eliminating alcohol? I'm trying once a week, but it gets tough with social activities. I honestly don't, because I don't like my husband doesn't drink ever. Not ever, but rarely. I outdrink him and I barely drink. I don't have like lots of social events where we drink. If we go to dinner with friends, well, we don't. But if we have friends over, we might actually like get beer or something. We did just get a kegerator last year. So my husband drank more beer last summer than I've ever seen him drink in his life. But we just don't have a lot of drinking around. I like to drink more than I think anyone that I know. But that means like once a week. Obviously I made a little silly YouTube short with these like giant adult beverages. They were delicious, but I had 3 of them in our 4 days there. And by the end of it, I was so sick of them. I'm like, okay, I don't need that again for a while. I enjoyed it, but it's not something I really deal with. So I don't feel like I have to limit myself because I just don't have opportunity. So sorry. One thing that I love is Element with sparkling water. Tastes like a margarita to me without the tequila, obviously. And I actually love the flavor of tequila, but it feels like a mocktail. So I don't know if you can make mocktails that you really enjoy. That might help. So sorry. I know it's like poo advice. Nan says, congrats to Polly. I love when you guys talk to each other. Grant says, I'm breaking my fast today with a double cheeseburger and fries. Woohoo! Woohoo! We're going out to eat, and I hope to get fries myself. I hope we're going out to eat tonight. So I hope you enjoy it, and I will be cheersing a fry to you in the future. Let's see. Crazy Crochet Corner says, so true, Jackie. Actually weighed in at 170 today. Weighed in at 170 today. I'm 167. I tend to fluctuate a few pounds when I have too much salt the day before. Yeah. And then at that point, it's like, what did that really tell me? Really nothing. So why put myself in the negative headspace? Maria says, that's okay about not tracking because some days you go over calorie and some days you're under. That's the freedom of fasting. 100% agree. And I rest in that freedom. Glad you're with me, Maria. Jen says, I found back when I did Weight Watchers, I would see the results of a good week the following week. So if I'm up and don't expect it, I wait. Oh, that's a good tip that you're not always going to see it instantaneous. And I don't remember what my weight protocol was on Weight Watchers because I did the app and I did whatever they told me to do every single time. So I'm curious. I wish I remembered my trends. Dirk says, for anyone who has a hard time with black coffee, cold brew coffee can be a game changer. It tastes it tastes the way coffee smells and reduces the bitterness. Yes, it's much more smooth, isn't it? And I do love cold brew. That's a good point. If my only word of caution is look at cold brews, like ingredients. If you buy it, there can be like additives and flavors sometimes, but that is a really good point. Cold brew is much less bitter and it's so smooth. I love cold brew. Nan asks, what's my code for Element? So I don't have a code. You have to go to a website. You have to go to drinkelement, DRINKLMNT.com/fastingfoodie. And when you go through that link and you order, then you get a free 8-pack. So it's not like a discount. You just get 8 of the free samples. So drinkelement.com/fastingfoodie. Jenny says, hi, Jackie, joining late. Thanks for everything you do. Thank you for joining, Jenny. Always love to see you. Dupree says, I've started and stopped fasting over the last 6 months. I can't seem to stick with it. Any tips on staying consistent? I'm struggling and really started exercising consistently for the last 4 weeks. Okay, so this is a one-person opinion, but hearing that you're also starting to exercise, and this is coming from my past. When I would do things like, I'm going to do a beach body workout every day, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to learn to fast, and I'm going to cut out sugar. I would get like so gung-ho and so excited, and then I would burn out because it was such a change. I would focus, like, if you want to get in a workout routine, go for it. Like, do that. That's amazing. But then once that's like routine, then add in the fasting, or do the fasting and then add in the workout. Don't feel like everything has to change. Like, I understand wanting to change your lifestyle and make big changes for yourself, and I commend that. I think that's amazing. Obviously, I get it. But everything doesn't have to be done at once. So my thought to you would be like, are you trying to change too much at once? I said this earlier on this live even. If you're trying to change too much at one time, you're going to burn out. And I would kind of maybe consider that. Are you trying to start a workout program and eliminate certain foods and fast too long at the beginning? And if any of the answers to any of that is yes, then just start slower. Like, you don't have to tackle it all at once. Incrementally add to it. But I'm cheering for you, Dupree. You can do it. And I'm excited for you. Leah says, would you do 75 hard again? Or now that you've completed it, do a modified version? I love the idea of 75 hard. I never want to feel like I have to work out twice a day. That was just too much with like a family life and the inside outside elements. Like, I think his name's Andy Frizella or something. I understand, like, it's not even a physical thing. It's just you committing to yourself and sticking with it for 75 days. It got me to like really realistically think like, okay, if I could do all of this, I can make commitments to myself and stick with it. So there's a lot of like, I felt proud of myself, and I still do that I did it. I wouldn't do it again probably because it's very taxing and it's a big commitment. I wouldn't dissuade anyone from trying it, but it was just so hard to get an indoor and an outdoor workout in every single day. Like the day I hosted Easter, it was a real pain in my butt last year. And it's daunting, the 75 days, but I think it's also genius because there are so many days that I would have taken a break if that wasn't an issue. So no, I would never do it. I like the elements of it. I like challenges. I certainly will be doing different challenges in the future, but that one is like checked off and I'll move on. Grant says, LOL, thank you. I'm sorry. I don't even remember what that's about. Okay, guys, I am almost about to leave because I have to go pick up my son from school, and there are a lot of comments, and I have a neighbor coming to pick something up before I go. Let's see. Really quickly, no more comments. I see what the last one is here, and I'm going to not be able to go past, but really quickly. It bumped again. My doctor said I can't get enough protein eating OMAD. She said your body can absorb 20 to 25 grams in one sitting. Do you know how to make sure you're getting enough protein? I honestly don't track. I do try to break my fast with protein for the most of the time, like cottage cheese, pepitas, pistachios, cheese, that kind of stuff. But I don't track to make sure I get enough. And I have heard before from others that you're limited in how much you can absorb. But I also I'm not bodybuilding, trying to build muscle. I don't know. It's not something I consider. And I'm not saying that's the right thing, but I'm going for sustainable. I feel grain from Ireland, but living in Italy, your channel is interesting. Thank you. Well, thank you. No, now my connection's bad. Talking to Carrie. I love seeing you guys talk to each other. Christine says, Ginger says hi. Hi, Ginger. 67, found it near impossible to lose weight since total hysterectomy 15 years ago. I started October of last year and have lost 14 pounds. You're a great encourager. Thank you. Oh, well, congrats to you. I'm glad you found success, and thanks for being a part of the community here. Woohoo, go Christine. But I got to go. So I hope you guys have a great week. I will be back next Wednesday, and there will be a video Saturday. See you guys. Have a great week. Sorry to cut this off. Bye.